Congratulations on your first dub.
Appreciate it. It was a fun one.
Yeah.
Appreciate everybody coming out. Man, great energy. It was a fun time.
Man, you guys, you hold them. I said this to Coach Art. You hold them to 10 points. The game plan, I guess it works.
Yeah, that worked.
Tell us why.
Right.
Tell us why.
Why what?
Why everything seemingly worked? Why you guys were able to get the stops, get off the field when you needed? I thought the early 4th and 1, that energized everybody.
Yeah, agreed. I think it comes down to just got to be able to execute, and if you out execute them, typically the score shows. But I think there were some things that we gave up a little bit more than we wanted to, and they got into positions that we didn't want them in. I got some first downs that you wouldn't typically want to give up, but what really made the difference for us that game was to being opportunistic. The takeaways, the 4th down stop. They had 2 turnovers on downs, and then 3 turnovers. So with that, you're looking at essentially 5 of them, and if you can do that to pretty much any team, you're going to be all right. So Jesse Bates had a great day. It was awesome seeing him fly around. Not only was he getting the ball out, but that's some good safety play. Go watch that. That makes you feel good as a linebacker when I can go shoot this gap knowing that my cleanup guy, it's not a 7-8 yard cleanup. It's a 1-2 yard cleanup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, him, it wasn't just him, Richie had a good game too. And just, getting to see those guys play, they really turned the tide for us.
Again, 11 play drive. I'm like, oh man, this is not the way you want to start the season. But as Carlos was saying all week, you guys got to stop.
Yeah.
And as a defense, it's got to make you feel like $1 million.
Oh yeah, it does. Nielsen made a great call, and we were able to go in and execute. And the coach did a good job preparing us for what was going to come in that situation. And as soon as we, saw it, Troy was already yelling out the play, and everybody knew, all right, let's go.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Every fan out there who's listening, they always expect it's the movie Any Given Sunday. Like the coach is like, Kaden, we got to do this. What kind of adjustments happen, or is it during the game on the phone with the guys upstairs? How does that evolve during the game?
We don't really talk to the guys upstairs, the players, at least on defense. We don't really talk to the guys upstairs. They kind of talk to the coaches on the main level, and then they come to us. And y'all see Nielsen. I forget who I was doing an interview with. They were talking about how animated Nielsen gets in the sideline. He'll be on all fours with a whiteboard and a surface in one hand,
right?
2 different colored markers.
But that's how it's going.
Then he's asking for another board, all that. So he's over there just chalking up like you're in a classroom. And at the end of the day, we pretty much all know something. Normally, it's just, hey, we didn't do this perfect. Let's get it fixed. Every now and then there's one of those things where, all right, this isn't going to work. We have to change how we're playing this look or how we're playing this play. And those situations are, a little more, get the board, make sure everybody can see it. And then next time we go out, we're going to be able to execute. So
Kaden Elliss joining us here on Dukes and Bell, live from Flowery Branch. 6 tackles, 3 assists. And I'm not cheating you on any stats there, am I?
No,
that was the last game. We got the Packers coming up, man. I said to our audience, Aaron Jones is a dude, man. He's really good. Tell us what you think about what you see so far with this Packer team as you've had a chance to look at them.
It's a team that has changed, but it's still the Packers, and it's still the floor over there running stuff. I've gotten to play them back in 20 and 21, in a similar defensive scheme, and really respect what they do, the way they go about their work. I also got to play them preseason last year and practice against them. We did joint practice with them, so
a lot of reps against them.
A lot of reps against them, and again, really respect what they do, respect their players. Obviously Jordan Love's getting the chance to go out and show what he's capable of, and he had a good game last week. So Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon, they got a good backfield. You know what I mean? And they're going to try to run the ball, get set up that play action pass in that boot, and then get going from there. So I like our game plan. I like how we match up against them, but they're a good team.
You got weapons. We talked about the skill position guys. As Kaden Elliss joins us, Jeff Okudah coming back. You already talked about Bates. That's a pretty impressive secondary.
Oh, we love it. But come on, we love it. It's a great secondary, man. It's a great secondary.
The only thing I need is no, don't put pressure on you, more pressure. But we have like a gentleman's agreement or a bet, whatever you want to call it. I think you'll be the sack leader on this team. So I need some more juice. So if you can get that.
You're going to tell him that?
Okay. I love that. Come on.
We'll talk about it on radio, then not say it through the man's face.
I mean, you put more
I need this man to be my sack leader on this team, man.
Put more pressure on
some
him.
jive jerk on the radio says he needs to be the sack leader. I just,
he has said this.
It's a long week, but I got faith in you.
All right, come on, let's get it done. I gotta get a couple more blitzes this week.
We have our own beer. I don't know if you drink beer, but we'll give some to you. Your neighbors.
And speaking of the blitzes, I mean, you played for obviously Ryan. We're talking about Ryan Nielsen, our DC guys. He really mixes it up. I mean, week to week is going to be different. Sometimes you'll come a lot more. Sometimes you might not come at all.
Yeah.
I thought in the first half it was like we didn't see a lot of that, and then we came later in the game. So, I mean, part of that is just how he calls games. Are you accustomed to that?
Yeah,
Playing for him?
Yeah, it's something that I've seen. Playing with him over in New Orleans, he's always had a big hand in the third down package. Getting to see how he's doing it over here so far. Some games, when I was paired with Demario, some games he got to go a lot. Some games I did. Some games it was more D line. Some games it was a mix. You know what I mean? And you want to be able to keep an offense on this, on its toes. You don't want them to be able to set up and say, all right, this is their blitz guy, this is their coverage guy. Let's just slide right here. You know what I'm saying? So I love how he calls it. And maybe some games I don't get blitzed as much, but that's all right because I still get to go out, execute some coverage, and then come down and get some tackles. So it's good.
Was it Nate Landman would be the guy that would step up? We saw him look pretty good, obviously in preseason and practice. It looks like he gets it.
Yeah, no, he's a really smart player. He's instinctual and he's a powerful player. You know what I mean? He loves to thump, and playing next to guys like that is awesome.
How's your body feel, man, after week one? I mean, listen, preseason is preseason.
Yeah.
Right. Week one, now you're tackling, you're hitting guys. How you feel after week one?
It was 78 snaps, and it was a lot of 78 snaps. So body's always going to feel it a little bit, but we got the routine to get back and get the body feeling good, and we were able to hit practice hard today, so body's good. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I know you come here from New Orleans, and your boy Cam is still upset that we're now New Orleans North.
Come on, Cam, get over it. Get over it.
I don't. Does this? Because there's such a turnover on this roster, does it even resonate that this is the first time we won a home opener since like 17? I mean, the fans. I don't know if you felt. I know you talked about it to start the interview. There was real juice in Mercedes-Benz. Fans were
awesome.
They were just dying for this moment on Sunday.
It was so exciting. It was so awesome to get everybody out there to get the crowd going. I can't believe the people they got performing, not just at halftime, but it's like in a 2-minute timeout or just a TV timeout, and all of a sudden someone's up on the screen. I'm like, dang.
That's crazy, right?
This is awesome.
It's where the players play.
Oh, yeah, come on.
That's
Welcome to Atlanta.
Yeah, you like, it's a concert? Hold on. I got a game here.
We're not even the main event. Like, what?
It's true. Kaden Elliss joining us here, guys, as we talk Falcon football. As you head into week 2, and we talk about the Packers, every time that you see a team and you talk about all the reps you got against them, I'm just curious, like, what are you thinking as far as how you feel like you can play better going into week 2? Coach always talks about improving, and okay, so you had a really good week 1. We won the game. How do you, in your head, from where you sit and what you do every week, how do you feel like, what do I need to do to get better this week?
It's always got to be that way. You always, whether you have a best game of the year, best game of your career, or you have a bad week, you always got to look at stuff to improve on. And one thing that, I'm looking at this week, hands, something I've always prided myself on. And, last week I threw my shoulder in a couple times in O-lineman. It's not like me. So that, that's one thing.
You're talking about keeping guys off of you?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay.
That's one thing in particular that I'd like to, do better this week. And, there's a list of other things, but at the end of the day, it's just really just being consistent, showing up and working through it all this week, getting the plays and figuring it out, and then going out and execute.
And just one last thing, we talked about this on the show, just from a player standpoint. It's just so weird now with the 3 games of preseason. It's hard for fans to get their head around. Do they need more reps? Are they ready? Because some teams this week, obviously around the NFL, didn't look like they were ready. We obviously got it done. We scored 14 points and we stopped them. It seemed like it really came together. But as a player, I mean, do you feel ready to go by week 1, or is it you're still working yourself up to the full 60 minutes?
Man, me, I don't know. I feel like football's football. As soon as I get out there, let's go. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I feel about it. I know there's an aspect of all of a sudden it's a 15-play drive. So if you haven't done your cardio, yeah, I can see that. And football cardio is different than, just going and running. You know what I'm saying? Because you got the extra weight on with the pads. So yeah, there's something that has to be done in camp and preseason. I mean, everybody's got their own philosophy too. I don't necessarily believe it has to be done in the game,
right? But
it has to be done at some time. So if you're not going to do the game, you better be practicing really hard. You know what I'm saysaying? Or go get a couple preseason games in. And get a long drive, and you'll be good to go. You know what I mean?
Is Kaden Elliss going to get the Dukes and Bell bump this Sunday?
There's a history here, both in all sports.
Just telling you, bro.
NBA.
I'm just telling you.
You name it, man.
Cats sit in these chairs and they talk to us. All of a sudden, games get elevated.
Okay.
I'm just letting you know.
Come on.
Where Dukes and Bell go, the success flows. If not champagne.
Let's go get another dub.
I got to be here every week then.
No, bro. And that's what some guys will be like, yo, I need another interview. Appreciate you. Good luck this weekend, man. We'll be cheering you guys on, and appreciate you stopping by.
Appreciate y'all. God bless.
Cool. You too, man. Kaden Elliss, guys, here on Dukes and Bell. Had a great game, and we're trying to build on all this stuff as we continue to move forward, Mike. I'll say this, again, defense improved, better than what we expected. If we can show up every week and give our offense those opportunities, we're going to be in a lot of games.